Now, on the next page, from here, tribal peasants. Now, revolt by tribals. The government has closed large forest areas, preventing people from entering the forest to graze their cattle or to collect fuel wood and fruits. So, for them, tribal peasants, they had this problem. So, they thought that this non cooperation movement is going to solve their this problem. Alluri Sitaram Raju was their leader, led guerrilla warfare in the Gudam hills of Andhra Pradesh. The rebels attacked police stations, attempted to kill British officials, and carried on guerrilla warfare for achieving Swaraj. So, this one is important. Then, Swaraj in the plantations. So, what are plantations? That large area devoted to one single commercial crop, mainly tea gardens. So, for them, Swaraj means different things. Swaraj means that they are going to get the freedom to go to their houses. So, let's study. Swaraj in plantations under the Inland Immigration Act. We don't have any kind of immigration act inland nowadays. In India, we are free to move from one place to another. But at that time, under the Inland Immigration Act of 1859, the plantation workers were not allowed to leave the tea gardens without permission. So it was a very harsh act that they were not allowed to leave the tea garden without the permission of their landlord. Thousands of workers defied the authorities, left the plantations, and headed home. They believed that Gandhi Raj was coming and everyone would be given land in their own villages. So, according to them, non-cooperation movement meant Gandhi Raj, and they are going to get land in their own villages. Now, in this picture, you can see very important picture, Chauri Chaura 1922. So, a Chauri Chaura in Gorakhpur, a peaceful demonstration in a bazaar turned into a violent clash with the police. Hearing of the incident, Mahatma Gandhi called a halt to non-cooperation movement. So, he decided to take the movement aback because of its violent phase. Now, towards civil disobedience means now India was heading towards civil disobedience movement. Why so? Because firstly, we all know that in 1922, Mahatma Gandhi he withdrew the non-cooperation movement. Some reasons were that violence. Then within the Congress, some leaders were now tired of mass struggles and wanted to participate in elections to the provincial councils that had been set up by the government of India Act of 1919. So some leaders in Congress, there was a conflict among the leaders. Some leaders they don't want to do those mass struggles. They wanted to participate in the elections because they thought that if we will be a part of government, then only we are able to bring some change. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed the Swaraj Party within the Congress to argue for a return to council politics because earlier council elections were boycotted. Now C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru they formed Swaraj Party for participating in elections. But younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose pressed for more radical mass agitation and for full independence. So conflict was there among young leaders and the older ones. Now, in such a situation, internal debate and dissension, two factors again shaped Indian politics toward the 1920s. अब क्या इफेक्ट पड़ा इन चीज़ों का? The first was the effect of the worldwide economic depression. Agricultural prices began to fall from 1926 and collapsed after 1930. So it was a very bad time. So it was a bad time. So government decided something. That is Simon Commission. They made a commission, Britishers made a commission to solve the problems faced by Indians. But इस commission में बहुत सारी problems थी. So let us study about the Simon Commission. This paragraph is telling us about the problems of our economy, and here we are getting the solutions that were given by the British government. So that solution included Simon Commission. Simon Commission, constituted by the Tory government of Britain under pressure of mass movements in India. So it was constituted by the government of Britain because that government was being pressurized by mass movements. Sir John Simon was the chairman. Commission did not have any Indian member. All were Britishers. So this was the main problem. How you can solve the problems when you have never faced them? When you don't know the reality of those problems? Not even a single Indian member was there. Then sought to look into the demands of the nationalists and suggest changes in the constitutional structure of India. So they gave the solution that Indian constitutional structure should be changed. Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928. Congress and the Muslim League along with the other parties received the commission with black flags and slogans. Go back Simon means Simon Commission had to face a lot of opposition in India. October 1929, the commission recommended a dominion status for India in coming future and round table conference for discussing a future constitution for India. So in 1929, Mahatma Gandhi was invited for the round table conference to get the idea that what kind of constitution is going to be there in India in future. Now what were the effects? Now we have studied about the Simon Commission, its opposition. Now what were the effects of this commission? December 1929, very important. Under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru. This question is for 3 marks and it is very important for map work also. December 1929, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore session of Congress formalized the demand of Purn Swaraj. 26 January 1930 was celebrated as the Independence Day. 3 mark question, 3 points you are supposed to write. Number 1 point, presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru. Number 2 point, formalized the demand of Purn Swaraj. Number 3 point, 26 January 1930 was celebrated as the Independence Day. Very, very, very important. And the other effect of Simon Commission, 1930, Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar established the Depressed Classes Association. So these two were the effects of Simon Commission. Now, the Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. So, what is that? Civil Disobedience Movement. Let us study about that in deep. Mahatma Gandhi chose salt as the medium for protesting against the British rule. So what was that? 31st January 1930, Gandhi ji sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin. Very important कि क्यों शुरू हुआ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट. फर्स्टली गांधी जी ट्राइड कि ऐसा ना हो. सो 1930 में what he did, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin. In that letter, he stated 11 demands and specially abolition of salt tax. The government was asked to accept the demands by 11th March. This ultimatum was given by Mahatma Gandhi to the government. So, this is all for today. Tomorrow we are going to start about the Salt March in detail. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to revise the whole chapter thoroughly because it is very, very, very important chapter from examination point of view, and interpretation of pictures are also very important. Thank you. Have a nice day.